Hi, and welcome to my interview skills training tips where I'm going to teach you how to ignite your interviews to set your job search on fire. Seriously, though, if you follow these interview tips that I'm about to share with you, you will almost certainly be able to drastically increase your success rate during the interview process, which will help you to find a better job faster. What's the key to a great interview? Well, it's being prepared. Being prepared will help you become relaxed and in control. Sound impossible to be relaxed and in control during an interview? Well, it's not. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do just that. If you're prepared, relaxed, and in control, you will exponentially increase your success rate in interviews and be able to go much further in the interview process. Now, I've been lucky. I've always loved to interview. I had fun with it because, well, it was always a two-way conversation to me. I rarely get nervous, and I use the opportunity as much to explore whether the role that I was interviewing for, the company that I was interviewing with, was right for me, as to answer the questions that the interviewers asked of me. But I know that I'm in the minority. Most people go from being mildly nervous to completely freaked out during the interview process. I even had one client about a year ago that hated interviewing so much that she took the first job that was offered to her. It happened to be in mainland China, and she wasn't. She had no interest in moving to China, didn't speak the language, but hated to interview so much that she was willing to uproot her entire life to avoid another interview. After today's series of tips, I promise you, you will no longer feel like this. I'm going to share some great strategies with you that will make you feel much better about the process. So the next time you walk out of an interview, you can say to yourself, that was easy. So let me just tell you a little bit about how I came up with these tips that I'm about to share. I spent 15 years in recruiting as in the United States, Australia, and New Zealand. And I estimate that I've probably interviewed about 5,000 candidates, and I've debriefed many thousands of applicants and hiring managers. I know how to prepare and execute an interview really, really well. And this is what I'm going to share with you through these series of tips. The first thing that you've got to remember is that the interview process should be a two-way conversation. You have just as much right to evaluate the employer during the interview process as they have to evaluate you. So they can ask some questions, you'll answer them, but you also ask the questions that they answer. The more you can make it a two-way conversation, the better you'll feel, the more information you'll be able to determine about what the role really is and whether it's suitable, as well as they'll be able to determine if you're the right fit for the role. So the most important thing that you need to remember is that proper preparation prevents poor performance. So I'm going to teach you how to prepare for several things. First of all, how to prepare so that you know what you want. Sounds simple? It's not really. You need to prepare so that you know the company that you're interviewing with. You need to know the hiring manager that you're talking to on the day. You need to understand the job. You need to know what interview style to prepare for. Know how to answer their questions, certainly, but you also need to know how to ask your own. You need to know how to present yourself, how to close the interview. So many people leave jobs lying on the table because they don't show the right interest. And you also need to know how to calm your nerves and how to plan for those crazy contingencies that might just happen. So in the next few videos, we'll go over all of these tips and help you prepare for the next interview so that you can walk out and feel like you were relaxed and in control. Also, hot off the press, if you have ever struggled to put a resume together, and most of us have, I've put together a great free tool to make it really easy for you. Just go to my website, www.kimsealingsmith.com, and download my free template with step-by-step instructions so that you can create your own killer resume. So until next time, happy interviewing.